something about the Heartland Season 20 trailer feels different. It doesn't rush, it doesn't scream drama right away. Instead, it quietly pulls you in with emotion, love, and moments that feel deeply personal. This trailer isn't just teasing new storylines, it's reminding us why Heartland has stayed with us for so many years. And once you feel it, there's no turning back. Section 1. The Heartland Season 20 trailer opens with a feeling that's hard to explain, but impossible to ignore. There's a softness to it, almost like the show is asking us to slow down and really pay attention. This season isn't about big shocks right away, it's about hearts, choices, and the emotional weight that every character is carrying. You can feel that the characters are standing at important turning points in their lives, moments where love and fear exist at the same time. Amy especially feels more reflective than ever. There's a sense that she's been through so much already, yet her journey is far from over. The trailer suggests she's trying to balance her strength with her vulnerability, and that balance is not easy. Every quiet moment hints at questions she may not even be ready to answer yet. Is she moving forward, or is she still holding on to what she's lost? At the same time, the romantic tone of the trailer is impossible to miss. Heartland has always been about love, but this season feels more intimate, more emotional, and more honest. Relationships don't look perfect or effortless. Instead, they look real. There's hesitation, longing, and that unspoken tension that comes when two people care deeply but don't know what the future holds. The trailer doesn't tell us everything, but it makes one thing clear: emotions will drive the story forward. Love will be tested, not in loud arguments, but in quiet moments where characters have to decide what they truly want, and those decisions will not come without consequences. Jack's presence in the trailer adds another powerful layer. There's a calm wisdom in him, but also a heaviness that suggests time is catching up. His moments feel reflective, almost emotional in a way we don't often see. It feels like he's looking back on his life while still trying to protect the family and the ranch he loves so much. The trailer gently reminds us that Heartland is not just about the future, but also about honoring the past. And that emotional balance between generations is one of the reasons this show hits so deeply. What makes this trailer stand out is how it lets emotions speak louder than words. You don't need big explanations to understand what's happening. You feel it in the pauses, in the looks, and in the way characters stand with each other or apart from each other. There's romance here, but it's not flashy. It's quiet, meaningful, and sometimes painful. It feels like the kind of love that grows over time, the kind that scares you because it actually matters. And as the trailer slowly builds, it becomes clear that Season 20 isn't just another chapter. It's a season that wants us to feel deeply, to care deeply, and to prepare for emotional moments that may stay with us long after the episode ends. As the trailer continues, the emotional tone deepens, and you start to realize that Season 20 is going to focus heavily on relationships that are at fragile stages. There's a strong sense that love in Heartland is no longer simple or innocent. It's layered with fear, memory, and the weight of past choices. Amy's journey feels especially emotional this season, as if she's standing between who she used to be and who she's becoming. The trailer hints that she may finally be opening her heart again, but not without hesitation. There's a quiet struggle in her expressions, the kind that comes when someone wants to move forward but is afraid of what that might cost them emotionally. Heartland doesn't rush these moments, and that's what makes them feel so real. Love here isn't about dramatic declarations, it's about trust, timing, and emotional readiness. Meanwhile, the ranch itself feels more important than ever. It's not just a place where the characters live and work, it's where emotions collide. The trailer suggests that many conversations, decisions, and emotional realizations will happen right there, surrounded by familiar land and memories. That setting adds a sense of nostalgia, reminding us that this family has been through everything together. And with that, history comes pressure. Every romantic choice affects not just two people, but the entire family dynamic. This season seems ready to explore how love can bring comfort, but also create tension, especially when feelings are not clearly spoken. There's also an underlying sense of uncertainty running through the trailer. Characters appear thoughtful, sometimes distant, as if they're aware that change is coming, whether they're ready for it or not. Some relationships feel like they're just beginning, while others feel like they're being quietly tested. You can sense that misunderstandings may grow, not because of dishonesty, but because people are scared to be fully honest about what they feel. That emotional restraint creates suspense in a very Heartland way. Instead of explosive drama, we get emotional tension that slowly builds and keeps you invested. What really makes this season feel deeply romantic is how the trailer focuses on connection. Small moments feel big. A look held for just a second longer than usual, a pause before speaking, or a moment of shared silence carries more meaning than words ever could. These are the kinds of moments that remind us why Heartland's romance feels different from other shows. It's grounded, emotional, and rooted in real human experiences. The trailer suggests that love this season will be about understanding, patience, and emotional growth. Not every romantic storyline will be smooth, but that's exactly what makes them compelling. At the same time, the trailer subtly hints that some characters may be forced to confront feelings they've been avoiding for a long time. Whether it's fear of loss, fear of change, or fear of being vulnerable, those emotions are quietly pushing to the surface. Season 20 seems ready to explore what happens when you can no longer ignore what your heart wants. And that's where the emotional suspense truly comes in. You don't know who will take the risk, who will pull away, or who might be left waiting. The trailer doesn't give answers, but it makes one thing clear: love will be the driving force behind every major decision, and the emotional impact of those decisions will shape the entire season. As the trailer moves forward, the emotional weight becomes even heavier, and you start to feel that Season 20 will challenge the characters in ways they haven't faced before. This isn't just about romance blooming, it's about love being questioned, tested, and sometimes shaken to its core. There's a strong feeling that some characters are holding back, afraid to fully express what they feel, because they know once they do, nothing will stay the same. Heartland has always been good at showing quiet, emotional struggles, and this season seems ready to take that even deeper. You can sense that certain conversations have been avoided for too long, and now the silence itself is becoming painful. Family plays a huge emotional role in the trailer as well. Love here isn't only romantic, it's deeply connected to family bonds, responsibility, and loyalty. Some characters appear torn between doing what feels right for their heart and doing what feels right for the people they love. That inner conflict creates a powerful emotional tension. You can almost feel the pressure building, especially when characters share moments that feel warm on the surface, but heavy underneath. It's the kind of emotion that makes you uneasy because you know something has to give sooner or later. The trailer also suggests that forgiveness will be an important theme this season, not just forgiving others, but forgiving oneself. Some characters seem to be carrying guilt or regret, quietly wondering if they deserve happiness at all. That emotional struggle adds depth to the romantic storylines, making them feel earned rather than rushed. Love here isn't about escaping pain, it's about facing it head-on. And that makes every tender moment feel more meaningful, because it comes with emotional risk. There's also a sense that timing will play a crucial role in Season 20. Feelings may be real, but timing may not always be kind. The trailer hints at moments where two people clearly care about each other, yet hesitate because life feels complicated and uncertain. That hesitation is where the suspense lives. You're left wondering whether they'll finally take the leap or let fear win again. Heartland understands that sometimes the most painful moments come not from rejection, but from missed chances. What truly stands out is how emotional maturity seems to shape this season. The characters aren't chasing fantasy or perfect endings. They're learning that love requires honesty, patience, and sometimes difficult sacrifices. The trailer feels like a promise that Season 20 will be emotionally rich, filled with moments that make you reflect on your own relationships and choices. It's not loud or dramatic in an obvious way, but it quietly builds emotional tension that stays with you. And by this point, it's clear that the romance ahead won't be simple, but it will be deeply meaningful and possibly life-changing for more than one character. As the trailer reaches its final moments, it becomes clear that Heartland Season 20 is preparing us for an emotional journey that goes beyond romance alone. Love may be at the center, but it's surrounded by change, uncertainty, and the fear of losing what matters most. There's a quiet intensity in these final hints, as if the characters already know that the choices ahead will define them. Nothing feels accidental this season. Every emotional connection, every hesitation, and every moment of closeness seems to carry long-term consequences. The trailer leaves you with the feeling that once these characters step forward, there may be no going back. There's also a strong sense of emotional growth woven into these closing moments. Some characters appear ready to finally speak their truth, while others seem on the edge of emotional realization, not quite there yet, but close. That emotional gap creates suspense because you don't know who will act first or what that action might trigger. Heartland has always been about timing and emotional honesty, and Season 20 looks like it will push those themes to their limits. Love will not just be something the characters feel, it will be something they must actively choose, even when it's scary. The romantic tone of the trailer doesn't promise easy happiness. Instead, it promises emotional depth, the kind of love that requires courage, the kind that grows stronger through vulnerability rather than perfection. You can sense that some relationships may deepen in beautiful ways, while others may face painful truths. And that balance is what makes this season feel so powerful. Heartland isn't trying to tell a fairy tale love story. It's showing us love as it truly is, messy, uncertain, and deeply human. By the time the trailer ends, it leaves you with a lingering emotional pull. It doesn't answer your questions, and that's exactly the point. It wants you to feel connected, curious, and emotionally invested before the season even begins. Season 20 feels like a reminder of why Heartland has lasted so long, because it understands that the most meaningful stories aren't about shocking twists, but about hearts slowly changing. And if this trailer is any indication, the romance and emotion ahead will be unforgettable, quietly intense, and deeply moving in ways only Heartland can deliver. There's also a sense that timing will play a crucial role in Season 20. Feelings may be real, but timing may not always be kind. The trailer hints at moments where two people clearly care about each other, yet hesitate because life feels complicated and uncertain. That hesitation is where the suspense lives. You're left wondering whether they'll finally take the leap or let fear win again. Heartland understands that sometimes the most painful moments come not from rejection, but from missed chances. What truly stands out is how emotional maturity seems to shape this season. The characters aren't chasing fantasy or perfect endings. They're learning that love requires honesty, patience, and sometimes difficult sacrifices. The trailer feels like a promise that Season 20 will be emotionally rich, filled with moments that make you reflect on your own relationships and choices. It's not loud or dramatic in an obvious way, but it quietly builds emotional tension that stays with you. And by this point, it's clear that the romance ahead won't be simple, but it will be deeply meaningful and possibly life-changing for more than one character. As the trailer reaches its final moments, it becomes clear that Heartland Season 20 is preparing us for an emotional journey that goes beyond romance alone. Love may be at the center, but it's surrounded by change, uncertainty, and the fear of losing what matters most. There's a quiet intensity in these final hints, as if the characters already know that the choices ahead will define them. Nothing feels accidental this season. Every emotional connection, every hesitation, and every moment of closeness seems to carry long-term consequences. The trailer leaves you with the feeling that once these characters step forward, there may be no going back. There's also a strong sense of emotional growth woven into these closing moments. Some characters appear ready to finally speak their truth, while others seem on the edge of emotional realization, not quite there yet, but close. That emotional gap creates suspense because you don't know who will act first or what that